Hello, Internet! I just saw The Last Jedi late last night. So I guess I just really just see it. I had to have time to really process what I saw. Oh, sorry, Pumpkin. And I enjoyed it. It was a good movie as for a Star Wars fan. I enjoyed it because it was a good movie. My biggest complaint is it was like 2.5 hours long. I really think they could have cut that down just a bit. That was my huge complaint. But before I get into spoilers here, if you're watching this, if you haven't seen the movie yet and you want my kind of honest opinion, I would say, if you're a Star Wars fan, go see it, because I am a Star Wars fan and I enjoyed it. Like I said, my biggest problem is it was 2.5 hours long. I felt like they could cut that down. So, yeah. So, if you're a Star Wars fan, definitely go see it. If you're just like a casual sci-fi fan that for some reason don't like Star Wars, or you're not really into Star Wars that much, then I would say probably you might want to skip this one. If you're not into Star Wars, you don't like it, but you want to go see a good sci-fi movie, yeah, like I said, I'd skip on this one. But if you're definitely a Star Wars fan, go see it. Now, spoiler alert. I'm getting into spoilers. Major spoiler is that there really is no spoilers. That sounds kind of strange, but definitely though. I mean, yeah, there's some major spoilers that I'm gonna get into. Bye, Pumpkin. What I liked about the movie is we start off with character development with Poe Dameron's character, him being like this young hotshot pilot that he acts like, hey, he just takes action first and thinks about doesn't really think about the consequences later. He disobeys General Leia's orders in the opening movie. And I liked the beginning of the movie. Felt really cool. Felt like Star Wars. And then as the movie progressed along, that's when you start to kind of notice, maybe this is a movie. Normally follows a 3-act structure. I think we all know that. I'm really good at kind of telling when the second act goes in the third act. And with this movie, I felt like okay, I know when we see Kylo Ren and Rey fighting out in Snoke's chamber room place. When we see him fighting, and things seem to be kind of wrapping up, I'm like, oh, okay, well we're starting to wrap things up. This is obviously the third act, but then there's more. In the back of my mind, I was thinking oh, shoot, we haven't even seen those new Imperial walkers on that weird white and red dust plant thingy. We haven't seen that yet. And I was like, oh my god! And it felt like the movie was wrapping itself up. And I'm like, wait a minute, we still have a whole new scene from what I've seen from the trailers. We still haven't seen that yet. So that really kind of took me out of the moment, because like I said, it still felt like that, because I guess I don't know. So then we see.
I seen it twice. I saw it twice. What did you think of it?
Yeah, it was good. I was just in the middle. Yeah, I'm recording a video on my video response of it right now.
I saw it on Friday afternoon, and I saw it yesterday, at 11:30.
Oh, okay.
I saw it twice. I'm actually supposed to go see it again today.
Wow.
Did you? I had to watch it twice because, well, of course, it's Star Wars, so of course I was going to go see it more than once anyway.
Right.
But I had to watch it a second time to understand everything.
Yeah, that's what I'm finding out too.
Do you have any questions or anything? Because technically, it kind of makes a little bit more sense. And actually, I liked it a lot more. Obviously, I fucking loved it just like any Star Wars movie. It's just totally. Part I really liked in the movie. Well, I liked a lot of scenes in the movie. It's only 8 people in the whole theater.
Mm-hmm.
So we got there 40 minutes early. So at that one scene where
yeah,
where Chewbacca fucking sitting down, he's getting ready to have his KFC. And then the whole chorus was just looking at him like eyes open.
That's hilarious.
He could not help himself. He was laughing so much. He was like, and then he had to like,
KFC.
oh my gosh. It looked like a rotisserie chicken.
Yeah, it did.
Must have Calvin's like, hey, you already, he's like, you already killed one, you might as well eat it. And then also the scene where Luke Skywalker went up to that big dinosaur-looking thing that was waiting on the beach and got milk from its teeth and then drank it and then looked at her and said, yummy.
Yummy. Yeah, like, well, that's where the blue milk came from. Is that where the blue milk came from? Or is that... Because I wasn't sure if that was blue or not. It looked kind of bluish.
It looked bluish.
Yeah.
Yeah, before I saw the movie, I didn't know where the porgs came from, but that makes sense. They come from that island.
They come from the island, right?
They just didn't show that in The Force Awakens because, they didn't want to show any wildlife, so it was the ending of that movie, that's...
Right.
Walk up the steps, try hand
Luke. Because I felt like, at the end of Force Awakens, it felt like a complete story where, Rey hands him the lightsaber. And then this movie, like, there's, like,
he looks at it for, like,
5 seconds is like...
Just, like, the music stops and he just throws the ball in.
Yeah.
He's like, go away.
Go away.
And then the scene where we were talking, he's like, well, no, not little hot. He's like, where are you from? She's like, not really from anywhere. She's like, I'm from nowhere. No, he's from nowhere.
No
Okay,
one's from nowhere.
you're good. Okay, I pretty much is nowhere. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I was in the middle of doing my YouTube video now.
I'll call you back in a day or two.
Okay.
I will talk to you soon.
Okay, cool. All right.
Okay, all right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
So that was my friend Chris, who's right now visiting Austin, Texas. And of course, he's a huge Star Wars fan as well, and he had to go see it. And he's like I said, he's seen it a few times already. We didn't see Snoke use any Force or anything like that in The Force Awakens. So I was left wondering, like, well, how did he become in power? And then when we went to see The Last Jedi, like, man, like, he's very strong in the Force. He didn't need to use, like I said, the Force lightning or even a lightsaber to rule the galaxy. And that, I have to say, was a very interesting turn of events, seeing that. So I was like, wow. I mean, he was a very powerful character, very powerful. And now Kylo Ren is using that power that Snoke had to take over as the new supreme leader of the First Order. And so I'm kind of interested now, knowing, like, going to episode 9, like, how that's going to play out. And I also just like to say, a very interesting use of the Force, trying something new with the Force like this, like showing us a different take on the Force. Interesting to see what happens there. Oh, and another thing, one last thing I do want to talk about is I didn't notice this, or I wasn't even really aware of this till, like, at the end of The Last Jedi. Poe going up to Rey, and when they're in the Millennium Falcon, Poe's like, "Hey, I'm Poe," and Rey's like, "Hey, hi Poe, I'm Rey." And like, this is the first time they're meeting each other, and it kind of blew my mind for a second. Like, wait a minute, they haven't met each other? And then now I'm thinking back to The Force Awakens. I'm thinking scene by scene, like, okay. Finn, Poe meets up on the Finalizer, and then they go to Jakku, but then then they get split up. Finn runs into Rey and that. And I'm like, okay, well, this happens, and they have. So I guess the only time they could have technically met up, like Poe and Rey, is at the end of Force Awakens, right before Rey goes off in the Millennium Falcon to find Luke. It was like the only time they could have met up, but they didn't really meet up in the, or at least on screen. didn't seem to meet up. But now, like, and then fast forward to like the end of the Last Jedi, now they're finally coming face to face with each other. So I thought that was kind of interesting. I like, oh, well, yeah, I guess they didn't meet up at all in the last movie, or they didn't really meet up much in this movie either until the very end. So that was kind of interesting, interesting take on that. But anyway, that's about it. So that's it. That's my take on Star Wars: The Last Jedi. But I want to know what you guys think. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Tell me what you think. You know, did you like that movie? Did you agree with some of my talking points or my friend Chris's points? You know, if you liked today's video, please help by give it a big old thumbs up. You know, comment and share. Always helps my videos. And if you want to check out my other stuff, I'll leave links below in the description box. I have a link to the KA channel Facebook fan page. You can check that out. I have a Twitter account. You can follow me on Twitter if you would like to. And if you want to help financially support the KA channel, there's the Patreon link below. And there's some little cool perks in there. So you want to check that out. That's awesome. Anyway, I'm getting out of here. You guys rock. Have an awesome day.
Like you, be strong to hold the powers of the sun.